All right, welcome back, everybody. Here we go, video number 2 for the season. We're gonna start talking who I think people might draft. We're gonna go over some other things. But yeah, so if you're liking my videos, obviously, the like, share, subscribe stuff. If you don't want to, it doesn't bother me. They're just for our league, so anybody else is watching, that's great, but everything in here pertains to just our league. So this week I am going to do a mock draft. So what I did is I talked to the former owner of Dallas's team, which was Ren when it was called the Dirty Birds. Him and I went through everybody's roster from last year. He picked who he thought everybody was going to pick. So I will share that. And then from there, I'm going to do a 2-round mock draft using who is already kept as the starting spot and just kind of see who everybody might end up with after 2 rounds. It might help me out, picking at number 6, kind of see who's there, might help a few other people out. I mean, we can do all the mock drafts we want, but once you throw our keepers in the mix, it kind of changes it completely for those first couple rounds. So what I'm going to do, once we get into it, I'll show the screen of who everybody's keepers were based on Ren's pick. Then I'll show the draft board showing the first 2 rounds, which do include some keepers. So I'll show that. And then what I'll do is I'll do a split screen where I'll be on the one side and I'll have a draft board or a draft rankings sheet up and just use that to pick. So I'll kind of take it from the theory of, so-and-so kept 2 running backs. So I'll probably start with a wide receiver, right? Or somebody took 2 receivers, maybe I'll go running back. Or maybe I won't, right? Like, who knows? We'll see what's out there. I'll try and do the best player available, best strategy, especially once we get closer to the turn. And yeah, hopefully it's fun. Hopefully you guys like it. I just thought I'd do something fun. As I said, I wanted Ren to do the picks. Just somebody different, someone who, he's been out of the league now for about 4 or 5 years. And, but still knows his fantasy football, right? So he kind of understands the theory of picking, the value side of it, all that kind of stuff. It wasn't just willy-nilly, oh, Justin Jefferson's the best player in the league, you got to keep him, right? It wasn't anything like that, right? So, yeah, so before I get going, just a reminder, the draft is Tuesday, August the 27th. Keepers need to be done by the end of the Sunday night. We'll have them all ready to go Monday morning. That way, when we draft Tuesday, kind of gives you almost a full 2 days to go through it all. Maybe rewatch this video, see how close I was, maybe give you some hints. Who knows? Okay, so with that being said, I'll go through quickly who Ren picked for people's keepers. I'll have that on the screen for you as well. I'll just quickly run through them. Then like I said, I'll show the draft board and then we'll get into it. So here's Ren's keepers. So for Jen, he picked Etienne and Mostert. For Dallas, Collins and Puka. For Rob, St. Brown and Pacheco. For Sunil, he took Kyle Pitts and Jerome Ford. Jeremy, Breece Hall, and Chris Olave. For me, Jamar Chase and Tank Dell. For Wayne, Jonathan Taylor and Michael Pittman. For Tom, CeeDee Lamb and Josh Jacobs. For Richard, he also thought Trey McBride and CJ Stroud. For the buddies, he went with Kyron Williams and Devon Achane. This one I liked, just to mix it up a bit, throws a star back in the bin there. For Ty, he picked Garrett Wilson and Sam Laporta. He argument was the value. Still has the first round pick, maybe gets a good receiver coming back to him, but how can you argue with those top guys there? And for Dave, he went with Turk Hill and Alvin Kamara. He figured the value on Kamara at 7th round was pretty good. He's going to be a bell cow back there for the most part, catches the ball. So he liked him there over, I think I had Jalen Hurts on the last video who I thought. So that was another one we had different. All right, so you can see the board there. Just filled everybody in there. It'll go top down for each round just to make it easier on myself because I'm going to have to type it in as we do it. I'm not going to be editing a million little videos. It's going to be hard enough adding all the images. So I'll just type them in as we go, and which you guys won't see. And yeah, so there's the board. Tom's in there with CD Lamb, Dave Turk Hill, Jonathan Taylor at for Wayne in the second round, and Jen with ETN at the end of the second round. Excuse me. So yeah, so that's what it'll look like. I'm going to show another board here. So this one here is what I'll do when we're doing the picks. So that way you can see in the bottom who they've kept and then who has been drafted in front of them. I figure that way is the easiest. We don't have like a Yahoo board in front where you can easily go through, see what people are picking. So this way at least you could kind of follow along and take a look. Sorry. All right, on my other half of the screen, now you'll see the draft board. I'm using the Fantasy Footballers UDK. I went through and removed all the all the kept players. That way the board you see would be like a normal draft board, who's left, who's remaining, and that. So the ranking is based on an average of the three guys on the show's ranking. For example, like Justin Jefferson there is ranked 12th, which you won't see, but one guy has him 9th, one guy has him 15th, and one guy has 18th. So it's kind of like an average based on all the other players. You guys get it. But yeah, that's just whose ranking I'm using. If you guys want to use a different one, obviously that's cool. But this is just what I'm doing for this mock draft we're doing today. Okay. Now to the draft. Whew, that took 7 minutes. Whew. Sorry guys, so I was wasting a little time maybe. All right, so Jen has first pick. She has kept ETN and Mostert, according to Ren. So as you see at the top of the draft board, we have McCaffrey, Robinson, Gibbs, 3 running backs, followed by Jefferson, then Barkley, and AJ Brown. I know she's got 2 running backs there. Bijan's a good pick. Gibbs is a good pick. Jefferson's a little tougher for me, I think, as, you know, kind of our first overall pick out of the non-keepers. As a Vikings fan, I mean, Sam Darnold's there. I know he's a half-decent quarterback. He's first pick overall. First pick overall? Anyway. Yeah, so I wouldn't go receiver there. Maybe AJ Brown, but I think you can't pass up on Christian McCaffrey. I think you got to take him. It's the easiest pick. Maybe she might think about it, but I don't know. I think she'll pass. I think she'll take Christian McCaffrey and just use him. Maybe he's only got one more good year left as a big running back, but who knows? All right, so next up is Dallas. As a reminder there, Dallas kept Nico Collins and Puka Nacua. So again, starting off with 2 receivers. So the reverse of what Jen had. So looking at the top of the board again, we got Bijan, we got Gibbs, we got Jefferson, Barkley, and AJ Brown. Since he already went 2 receivers and 2 really decent receivers, possible, you know, top 10 receivers, both of them. I wouldn't take either Jefferson or Brown right now. Just my thought. I mean, AJ Brown could be good, but I still think Devonta Smith is going to get better, which may take the ball away from him a little bit more. We got Barkley there now, right? So I am going to take for Dallas Bijan Robinson. Okay. That means, well, who's up next here? We got Rob. Rob and his hot garbage. He kept a running back and a receiver. So he's got Amon-Ra St. Brown in the 3rd and Pacheco in the 7th. Sorry, so he's got a little bit of... so he catches up right at the 3rd round and then a little bit of weight on running back. Okay, so given what we got left, we got Gibbs, Jefferson, Barkley, Brown, and Rashad White. Derrick Henry there, kind of starting to enter the picture. He's already got a Detroit player. Does he want to have a receiver and a running back on that team? Maybe. Justin Jefferson, again, same thing. And I'm not just not taking him so I can take him at 6. That's not what I'm doing here. We got AJ Brown, Barkley. I think given how football is right now, and if you can get 2 solid backs and then just draft a whole bunch of receivers, I think you're doing really well. So for me, I think Rob is going to go with Saquon. Reason being is he has a Detroit player. To me, they're pretty much the same tier of running back. Maybe it's being a Vikings fan, but I never really liked Detroit. I don't think they're good. I think they're overrated, but what do I know? So I'm going to go, Rob is going to take Saquon Barkley. Okay, leaving. Up next is Sunil. Sunil is, according to Ren, the only guy who kept a tight end. Oh, no, that is incorrect. Somebody else kept a tight end. He kept a tight end, Kyle Pitts in 5, and Jerome Ford, who will start as a running back with Chubb out in round 16. So he's got a good value running back, but not a top-end talent running back. Kyle Pitts, maybe with Kirk Cousins, will do really well. But he doesn't have a top receiver, or I would call a top-tier running back. So this is where I think Justin Jefferson... No, I don't. And change my mind. I think this is where AJ Brown is going to go. I think Sunil is going to... I don't know. Sunil doesn't always take an obvious pick. He likes different guys. And I'm not saying that's bad. Just different than me. Just different opinions. So I am thinking I think he's going with AJ Brown. Okay. Jeremy. Now this is where I think Justin Jefferson is going to go. He's already keeping Bryce Hall, Chris Olave. I think he thinks he's going to have a pretty top running back in Breece Hall, which I don't understand the love, but lots of people do. So I don't think he'll take Gibbs here. Maybe he'll take more of a pass catching back as a secondary running back. But here is where I think Justin Jefferson's going to go, because that's kind of the end of the wide receivers for a while. I don't think he could pass him up here. I think the drop down to say that Deebo Samuel, Devontae Adams, Marvin Harrison receiver section. So this is where Justin Jefferson goes. Okay. All right. So let me mark him off. All right. So I went Jamar Chase and Tank Dell. So I have 2 receivers. I have possibly a chance at wide receiver 1 in Jamar Chase. And then Tank Dell could also be a top 15 receiver. Everyone's building Nico Collins as their number 1 receiver, but maybe it's Tank Dell, maybe it's Diggs, who knows? But I think Tank Dell could be a possible top 15. So with that, and seeing the board right now, I think I pretty much have to go running back. There's a big wait till I come back, so pretty much everyone on that list there from Gibbs to Walker could be gone. Maybe I get a chance at one of them on the way back, depending if people go receiver and quarterback. So I'm going to take Gibbs. All right, moving along. Wayne. Who did Wayne keep again? Oh, yes, he has Jonathan Taylor next round. Ooh, so this is Wayne's only pick in this mock draft. And then Michael Pittman later. Interesting. Okay. So for Wayne, Taylor and Pittman. 2 indie guys, which is tough. Pittman's probably a top 15, top 20 for sure, probably top 15 receiver. Jonathan Taylor's probably a top 10 running back. The guys left all have a chance of being top 10 running backs. What does he do here? What does he do? Receivers. He's got Samuel, Devonta Adams, Marvin Harrison. I think Mike Evans is a little bit of a drop. I think he's going to go running back. And I think the top of the tier is more Rashad White, Derrick Henry. I think he's going to take the running back on the team. I think that'll be a better team, and he'll go Derrick Henry. Ooh, that's a tough one. Okay. Moving along, Richard. Oh, this will be fun. Who does Richard got? Trey McBride and CJ Stroud. Ooh, he's got his 2 onesie positions taken care of already. They're both last round picks if he can make his trade. And so really he could go any direction here. I think he's going to go running back. I mean, you got Debo. I mean, he's a big, strong receiver. Devonta Adams. I personally not sure on Vegas. I don't know if I'd want to use a first round pick on him. Maybe a second round, but not a first. Maybe Richard wants to wait and see if he comes back to him. With the buddies. Coming up here, he's got 2 running backs. Then we got Ty, receiver, tight end. Dave, 1 of each. So it's a good mix. So I could really go any way here for Richard. He's a Seattle guy, but I think Walker's the next tier down. This is tough. I think he's going to go Rashad White. I don't know why, but that's my guess. I think he's going to think, I need a running back, get one of these guys, take a chance at getting a receiver next round. Yeah, that's what I'm going with. Okay. Next up, the buddies. Here we go. Kyron Williams and Devon Achane. They're late round picks, so we really probably going to go receiver. I think he's just going to straight up go Debo. To me, he's a safer receiver out of kind of that top 3 there on the screen. Yeah, no other reason why. I think he's the best guy. Like I said, I don't trust Las Vegas right now. Harrison's a rookie. Does he want to waste his first round pick on a rookie? Maybe wait to see if he makes it back to him. You know, it's only 3 more picks. Yeah, 3 more picks in between. So wait and see. Foreskins here. Ty kept Garrett Wilson and Sam Laporta. So tight end and a receiver. He does have a second round pick. So it all depends on who he likes more. Does he like, maybe Cook or Mixon? I know Ty is a big fan of his rookies, so does he go Marvin Harrison? Dave's got a running back and a receiver kept, so there's no real guess on which way he goes for sure. I think he's going to go Marvin Harrison. Just what I think. Ty, like I said, Ty likes his rookies. I think he sees him as a big stud, replace Justin Jefferson in the exact same spot kind of thing. And then have Wilson and Laporta. Not bad. All right. And then as you see in the board there, Dave has already kept Tyreek Hill in the last spot of the first round. So I'll just run down the first round here. We have Jen took Christian McCaffrey, Dallas took Bijan Robinson, followed by Saquon Barkley. by Rob. Sunil, A.J. Brown. Jeremy, Justin Jefferson. Myself, I took Jahmyr Gibbs. Wayne took Derrick Henry. I just said that. Tom took CeeDee Lamb. Richard took Rachaad White. The Evil Buddies, Jay and Adam, take Deebo Samuel. Ty takes Marvin Harrison. And Dave takes Tyreek Hill as the keeper. 20 minutes in. This is getting long. All right, I'm having fun. Okay, round 2. Snake draft. So it's Dave's turn. You'll see on my board, it's now at the top. I'm not doing a snake on here. So, maybe I will. Okay. So you will see it already flipped. I will not have it flipped when I enter it in. So if I confuse myself, don't worry about it. Okay. So Dave is the Bills Mafia. He's now got, he still has a receiver and a running back. I think looking at those 4 running backs who are left, it's a big drop to your next group, which is like Aaron Jones, Stevenson, David Montgomery, Pollard, Zamir White, Najee Harris, Gus Edwards. Like that's who's going to be coming back to him at the end of the turn for the 3-4, right? Like those bottom ones there. So I think Dave's going to go running back here and then just go wide receiver heavy. I know he's a big Buffalo guy. I don't know if he'll take the homer pick in James Cook. I think he's going to go Joe Mixon to be part of the Houston offense. I think he's going to want a piece of that, and he will take it. Okay, Ty. Ty has Marvin Harrison, Garrett Wilson, Sam Laporta. I think Ty was hoping for Joe Mixon to fall to him, but it didn't happen. And looking at the board, and we got just again these running backs, and then the next group of receivers coming in isn't too bad at all. I don't think he'll take a quarterback. It doesn't seem like a Ty thing to do this early. I think Ty is gonna go and take Devonta Adams. I think he's going to go wide receiver heavy with the tight end and just pick up support running backs from here on out to fill the position. I think he's going to have some high-end talent there and just ride it. Okay. Jim off. Okay, sorry. I just don't want to confuse myself. All right, Evil Buddies are up next. Evil Buddies have Deebo Samuel, Kyron Williams, and Devon Achane. So again, they went keepers with running backs. They got Deebo for a receiver, and I think they're going to go receiver again. I think they're going to take who I was hoping would fall a little bit, but isn't, and take Jalen Waddle. Miami offense should be pretty good if Tua keeps going, guys stay healthy. He had a little rough start to the season. I think that's what people remember most, but he had a decent season overall. So I think Waddle will go to Jay and Adam. Bringing Richard back. So he has Rachaad White. He has Trey McBride and CJ Stroud. Really could go either way here. The board is getting interesting looking. We got some running backs who are good, but I don't know if people are like full on board with them as like they're, as a top end running back. Receivers, you got Evans, DK Metcalf, you got Drake London, Brandon Ayuk. Devonta Smith. Does he go tight end? Does he go Travis Kelce here or Mark Andrews? Really, this is like kind of the 4th round, really, right? Almost. Start of the 4th if you take in the keepers. and where we are. So maybe it's a good time to go tight. Oh, but he already has a tight end, so he doesn't need a tight end. Never mind. He doesn't need a quarterback. He doesn't need Josh Allen or Mahomes or Hurts. I think Richard is going to go receiver. Yes. No, he went receiver. No, he went running back last time. I think he's going to go receiver and take DK Metcalf. Yeah, because he went tight end, quarterback keep, he went running back last round. He's got to go receiver in my mind. I don't see him taking Drake London. Mike Evans might be the better pick. I don't know. But Richard's a Seattle guy, so I'm going to go with Seattle. I think he's going to take a little bit of a homer pick when he's watching games and go DK Metcalf. Okay, Tom last round. Oh, was kept CeeDee Lamb. And then his other keeper was Josh Jacobs. So again, he's another guy who could go either way. Really any position. CeeDee and Jacobs. I think looking at who we have here as running back, I think James Cook is probably the best out of the two, and not just because it's a difference of 6. I like James Cook. I like Buffalo. Seattle, I just don't know. I mean, Kenneth Walker could be good. He could be steady, right? I don't think he'd be too bad. And with having Lamb and Jacobs is already risky enough in my mind. But yeah, I think Tom's going to go James Cook. Okay. Now to myself. I took Jahmyr Gibbs last round, and I kept Jamar Chase and Tank Dell. So two pretty decent receivers. Hopefully a top 5 running back in Gibbs, but you never know. Okay, who do we got here? We got Kenneth Walker, James Conner. I don't like either of those guys. I mean, getting a running back here and then just going all receiver would be a nice move, but I don't like those guys. And the next two there are Aaron Jones and Ramondre Stevenson. I don't like either of those either. Right, and then quarterbacks. I don't like early quarterbacks. I just don't want to get in that trap. Same thing with tight end. I want the high-end talent. Kelsey is going to get balls. We know that. He is Mahomes' favorite. He's the world's favorite football player right now, let's be honest. Mark Andrews isn't bad. I had him last year, but he got hurt, so felt a little burned. But those are, two good tight ends to take now. Good chance that if I don't take them, they're not going to make it back to me in the 3rd round. We might get a quarterback or 2 in there, tight end or 2. Yeah, and that kind of just leaves this top end talent here. Mike Evans I liked last year. I just traded him away to get Chase. I like Drake London with Kirk Cousins, but I don't want to get burned again. Wow, this is a real tough one for me. I'm just trying to look at the guys' picks here that you won't see on your screen. I don't like Walker. I'm not a fan of Seattle and the running backs right now. I don't want Connor, nothing personal, just, I don't know. But then that would be 2 solid running backs, and then I could hopefully just go receiver heavy. for the next, what, in rounds 3, 4, 5, because I already have Chase. Ooh, that wouldn't be too bad. Maybe get a tight end in there. Quarterback, no. Wow, this is tough. Sorry. I'm gonna go against my better judgment. Not my better judgment, my thought process, and take James Conner. He's the highest evenly ranked guy among all three of the fantasy footballers. He's only one less than Kenneth Walker on their overall ranking. Maybe with Marvin Harrison, it opens up a little bit of the run game. Kyler Murray's hopefully better with him, so maybe that opens it up. Not totally sold on it, but it's my pick. Jeremy, who's Jeremy got here? Jeremy has Justin Jefferson last time with Breece Hall and Chris Olave. So for him, he's kind of at the middle spot here. There's about 5 picks. 1, 2, 3. So he's got 7 players in between him. So for him, there's a little bit of the game of quarterbacks and tight end. Does he want one now? Does he want to just take whatever's left in the next round, which, isn't going to be bad. They're all going to be top players. Let's see. Jefferson. So top end possible. Breece Hall's top end. Chris Olave could be top 10, top 15, top 20 at worst. I think Jeremy's going to take reliable Mike Evans. I think he's going to look at it as his receiver. He's got Breece Hall, top end running back. Had 3 good receivers. Go from there. Okay. Sunil has AJ Brown, Kyle Pitts, Jerome Ford. So no need to take a tight end. So no thoughts about Kelsey or Mark Andrews here. And then again, Jerome Ford is good for at least the first half of the season. So I think he might go running back here with having A.J. Brown as a top receiver. And he's right here towards the end of the turn. And here I think is where the next big run of receivers is going to go. The running backs are getting thin, so I think people might hit some receiver heavy right away. So Sunil is going to take, according to my thought process, Kenneth Walker. Oh. Okay, so back to Rob. Whew, winding down here. Rob's got Saquon, who he picked up first round, and then he kept Amon-Ra St. Brown and Isaiah Pacheco. So he's got 2 running backs and a receiver. There's some quarterbacks there, but there's 3 right in a row, and Lamar not far behind, so he can completely wait on any of those 4 guys still at the 3rd round if he wants. There's literally only 1, 2, 3 picks again before his, so just if he likes all 4, just wait. But I think he's going to go receiver. He didn't get Bijan back, so maybe he will want to stick with some of that Atlanta offense. I don't know. Maybe he likes Ayuk, but Ayuk could be the second receiver, where Drake London's going to probably be wide receiver 1. So that's why I think Rob will go Drake London. He's a wide receiver 1 on that team. And the quarterback run can wait and see what happens. All right. And the last pick of the 2nd round that we'll be doing, because Jen has got Travis Etienne, is by Dallas. So Dallas took Bijan and kept Nico Collins and Puka Nacua. So he doesn't really have to go receiver on this one. Maybe he likes Aaron Jones, maybe he doesn't. Again, it's 2 picks. Jen's got all running backs here, so she's going to go receiver. So if Dallas does like Aaron Jones, he can just probably take him on his next pick. Or maybe, I don't know, see, Montgomery seems a little early. Again, if he likes quarterback, maybe he goes quarterback. Because in my thought process, he didn't get a chance to trade Josh Allen away. Will he draft him here? No. I think he takes Patrick Mahomes. I think he's going to see it as great value. Oh, he doesn't have to do it. Because he can take him next. Whoa, I know what I would do. Yeah, I'm going to say Dallas is going to take Travis Kelce. Followed by Jen, who's going to take Travis Etienne. And the reason why I think he's going to take Travis Kelce is because thinking Jen is going to take a wide receiver because she's got 3 running backs to start. Then he'll draft Patrick Mahomes in the 3rd round and have the Kelce Mahomes stack to have with Bijan Robinson, Nico Collins, Puka Nacua. That's my thought. I know I didn't take any quarterbacks in this draft. I think people like to wait a little bit. Just the way people draft in our league, I think that's how it's going to go. So to recap, I'm not going to go through every player again, but they're on your screen. So yeah, let me know what you think. Do you think I made any mistakes? Well, obviously I'm going to make mistakes. It's just a mock draft. Let me know if you thought it would have gone differently, where you would have thought it gone differently. You can throw it in the chat on here. If you're in our league, you can throw it on the chat in the league chat. All right, everybody, enjoy the summer. It's pouring rain this morning, thunderstorm. It's fantastic. All right, enjoy the weekend. Bye.